Hello everybody and welcome back to some more fun in X-Plane 11. So, today we're going to do something a little different, and we're going to start out with the briefing. So, we're going to do a flight on United Airlines. We're going to fly the CRJ200 from Colorado Springs to Denver. We're going to fly at flight level 120, so only 12,000 feet. We're going to do that today. We need 2,668 kilograms. We're going to want 1,000 kilograms extra just for half an hour of fuel or so. Here's our routing. Planned optimum flight level. We will click and show the route map. Colorado Springs, straight up to Denver. Should be good. Alright, this is where it gets exciting, because these are similar to what actual airlines get. So here is a bunch of frequencies and a bunch of miscellaneous information that we won't need. It's got the planned fuel, so the trip is going to use 426. We need 244 continuous. We need another 398 to get to the alternate, which is Colorado Springs. So we're going from Colorado Springs to Denver, and if we can't do it, we're coming back to Colorado Springs. Hopefully, right? And then we need a fuel reserve of 464 pounds, or I think they're pounds. So our minimum takeoff fuel is 1532. I like to have a little extra fuel, so we're going to have 1,000 pounds. So we need 2,500 pounds of fuel. And we're going to need about 136 pounds to taxi out to the runway, so we're going to need 2,668 pounds. So that'll be important. We'll need that in a little bit. Self-briefing, we haven't gotten that far yet. Here's our weight characteristics. We have a whole bunch of information about our weight and our cargo. Nothing really important that we need to look at. Those are all of our waypoints. Here's our climbs. There is the altitude of the terrain. Lots miscellaneous. So here's some SIGMETs. So we do have some SIGMETs for Denver. And it's basically, there's turbulence at 38,000 feet and 45,000 feet. Due to mountain wave activity. None of this is actually going to affect us on our flight today. No volcanic ash, tropical cyclones. Colorado Springs, we have nothing too important. It just tells us some of the wind. Denver, nothing too important. We'll get ATIS when we leave. Alright, so here's a whole bunch of information on the runways. It's got RNAVs on this runway. It has RNAV GPS Y on this runway. That's a whole bunch of runway information that we don't need at the moment. We are going to take one, but not quite yet. So, runways, extended area around the departure. So this basically is just any real obstacles. So wind turbine farms, which I was kind of surprised there were so many. But there's a whole bunch of wind turbine farms out east of the mountains. Special airspaces such as the Air Force Academy. Yeah. There's all those guys. Here's our route. Here is still our route, but this is at a different altitude. So here's our winds. So it's going to be right to left. And not too bad. Looks pretty gusty over the mountains and pretty soft up in Denver, so we don't have much to worry about. We are going to take off to the north. We're going to land to the north. At altitude, flight level 140, there's a little bit more of a crosswind. Wow. We're going to stay out of that if we can. But a little bit more of a crosswind, 180, which we're not even going that high. So here's our altitude. So everything is descending right now, mostly level. That's just going to be a headwind. Go up to 12,000 feet. That's top of climb. Hit all of our waypoints and come down. And there's the terrain profile. Alright, that's our 23 pages of information. The neat thing is that we can scroll down here and we can download it for X-Plane. So that's exactly what I've done. That way we don't have to be going from all that information, because I don't really want to import all this by hand. That's a lot of work. So we will leave this up for the moment, but we're going to be doing it on another screen, and we'll leave it for the moment. So now we're going to flip over to X-Plane. This is the beautiful CRJ200. It's starting to get a little dark outside, so we're going to have to actually use some of our lighting stuff. But not quite yet. So we're going to come down here to our flight management system and figure out how to import that, which unfortunately I don't know how. Not good, so we're going to do it by hand. So we're going to go from I can't spell KCOS. These are really hard to use, by the way. They take some strange practice. We're going to fly to KDEN. Now I've got to pull up that routing that we just had on another screen, because, well, it's kind of important. Okay, so we currently have in there programmed Colorado Springs to Denver. We are going to want to flight number, we don't care, origin runway, via, yeah, that's all fine. Perform the initial. Let's do the thrust limiter, the outside air temperature. I'm gonna come down here, don't see it. That looks like it. 16 degrees outside? Wow. Nope, right there. 22 degrees. That's all a little weird. But 22 degrees Celsius. Is it really that warm today? Yeah, it was. Okay. Those are all wrong. We are going to want to put in a whole bunch of different numbers on those. But we're going to go to index, position initialize. That's all good. Go to our flight plan. What if I can program in the route? Nope, I can't. So unfortunately, I have no idea how to use a flight management system, like, actually. So that's not incredibly helpful. So we're going to do a 90% takeoff. Oh, come on. Really? You won't do that? Alright, we're just gonna put it in over there. We're gonna have to manually do a couple of things, so that basically will stop our engines from spooling more than 90%. That's all that does. Alright, so we're going from Colorado Springs to Denver. Legs. Let's add in all those guys from the other screen. I've got to scroll down and actually get over there. So we are going to go to DCT, waypoint not found. Okay, not good. ELLZA. Let's hope that's in there. ELLZA. Are you in there? Yes. So we're gonna fly to Elza, and then we're gonna go direct. Oh, DCT is direct. Genius. Then we're gonna go to MASHD, which is MASHD. Where's HD? I think it's hard to use. Then we're gonna go to MASHD. Then we're gonna go direct to train, which is TRAIN, because for some reason it's spelled the same. So I would like to put in altitudes here. Ideally, we're going to be basically at 12,000 feet almost immediately. Okay, so we are Colorado Springs, then we're going to hit top of climb, and we're going to go direct to Elza. It has the lat long and a flight level of 120, so hopefully we can put 120. We can't. No. Grr. At least we can actually fly this. Slightly useful. Okay. Let me fly it. Dang it. Do I need the slash 120? It won't let me put it in. So this is gonna be hard because I don't know how to do it. Yeah, that's just his waypoint not found. So let's try FL12. Still can't put it in. Okay, apparently I don't know how to use it. And we're gonna have to just manually do the altitudes. Lovely. So, our departures and arrivals. We are going to depart, what did it say? I believe we are departing runway 35, probably right. Where are we departing from? I know it's hiding in there somewhere. Do. Well, I guess we're just going to have to get that from ATIS. So, on our radio, COM 1, ATIS is actually... So we're going to select the pre, and then we're going to switch it over to COM 1. And our pre is 125.0, I believe. Turn that on, grab ATIS. 260 at 6, crosswind.
Wind 260 at 6, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 12,000 few,
alright.
18,000 scattered.
Couple of clouds at 12,000 feet.
Broken.
It is currently 16 degrees, so we actually need to change that.
Altimeter
And 2980 on our
arriving
altimeter.
runway 17 left, departing runway 17 right. Advise on initial contact you have Foxtrot.
So we have Foxtrot, and we are leaving on runway 17. It's 2980.
Colorado Springs Municipal Information.
16 degrees. So when we go back over here to the index, position in it is good. Go to our flight plan. Direct to Elza, that's good. Performance, thrust limiter, why aren't you playing nice? We'll put in 16 degrees as the outside air temperature. We're just going to leave it at 90. Normally this is supposed to pick up and change, but it's not. Super unhelpful. Alright, back to the radios. Now we want to tune in into pre. We're going to tune in Denver, which is 125.5, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Probably am, but yeah. So we actually want to go take off. And once we take off, we're going to then set our arrival. Most likely. Yeah, that's going to be a long taxi. We're going to set that later. VNav can't change. I wish we could change that. Direct. Okay. So, we now need to taxi out to runway 13. Everything is all set up. With the exception of, we want to get everything else set up. So, on this screen, we're going to start off with our altitude. We need to increase that all the way up to 10,000. Forever scrolling. Sorry, 12,000. Because we are going all the way up there, but this only scrolls in increments of 10, which is not incredibly useful. Yes, I know we're 1,000 feet from it because I'm going right by it. It says vertical speed of 0.7 thousand. Good lordy. How long are we going to have to scroll? Glad we're not off the ground already, because this would not be good. Alright, we are going to ascend to flight level 120, which is not actually a flight level, it's just 12,000 feet. Okay, we're going to set our vertical speed at 2,000 feet per minute. Our airspeed is going to be... So our V1 is 90%, rotates 90%, and our V2 is 90%. Not very correct, but... or 90 knots, so we'll climb out at we're going to increase speed up to 200. And we're going to fly a heading that way. And we're actually going to go switch this over to the GPS. Yeah, we'll leave it at 90 knots for speed refs. Alright. We now want to somehow change the nav source to the GPS. There we go, the FMS. So we are going to take off headed 170, which is almost exactly the opposite direction. Then we're going to make a turn, head up to Ella. Yeah, don't ask me. I don't know. And we are all set. So everything's plugged in. Now, if I was confident enough in my instrument approaches in this aircraft, we would go ahead and call up ground. Actually, we call up clearance, get our IFR up. Alright, we're going to click on head, and we're going to go with nav, vertical speed, flight director, and when I click autopilot engage, we're going to have fun with it. Alright, so we are going to go to our legs page. That'll stay over there, but we are currently ready to taxi, so we are going to call ground. Oh, come on.
Try a bigger airport for service.
Try a bigger airport?
Sorry, no service here.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Try a bigger airport for services. Colorado Springs is not a small airport. But my rudder pedals are also not connected, so we should really fix that. We're going to go to the outside view, make sure some other stuff. Nothing's connected. Great. Alright, I need to mess with settings, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, that's programmed back in. That's all good. We'll execute. Change that back over to our GPS. Sorry, FMS. Okay. And there's something else I wanted to try, but I can't remember what it was. Okay. FMS is programmed. We will hold brakes. Remove the yoke. Call ground. Have them push us back left.
Push cart coming.
So everything is good except for we need to change the fuel. So we decided that we were going to have a total fuel weight of we're gonna go with 2,600 pounds. There's 2,600. Cool. So we are really light. Almost nobody in the airplane. Only 37 minutes of flight time. We're going to want to change that. Weight and balance. See, because I want 2 hours. So we're going to put in 2 hours. Flight changes. Pushcart should in theory be coming. There he is, right through the building. Perfect! Give us a push. And away we go. Giving us a little bit of a left. You know, those guys would be super, super blind. Yeah, those were landing lights. They would have been blind beyond belief. Don't need the ELT. We do need those. Emergency lights are armed.
Catch you next time.
That means I'll put the brakes on. We're going to taxi out this way, that way, that way. So I will put the... Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen. The... what is it? Airport diagram. But we're going to taxi via Papa Golf Charlie up to runway 17. Right. So we can actually put in our FMS. Our departure, which is going to be 17 right. Execute. And just for fun, we're going to go over to the Denver one. And I'm going to execute the... What do you guys think? We probably want to head south. So we want to do the... what is that? 26. Yep. We're going to land runway 26. No, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We need to listen to ATIS before we do something like that. Okay. Everybody is tuned. FMS. Going to 17 right. Then Elza. I'm not going direct to KDEN. There's a couple of steps in there you missed. Alright, but we're going up to 12,000 feet, and then we will hit the approach. Oh boy, I think I just want to land on runway... probably 35 left. Just for convenience. We're just gonna... Arrival. That's 8. Go to the next page. We want the ILS for 35. No. Yep, 35 left. Nope, just went by it. 35 left. I know you want me to select a star. I don't want to. That's the one thing I really don't like about this plane. I have to select a star. Alright, we'll try 35 left Z. Don't know what the difference is, but we'll try 35 left Z. Nope, I need a star. Great! I don't want to look up all the stars. Do I have to take a star? I don't think so. Just for fun, I guess. We're gonna take the Anchor 3 with the BFF transition. Next page. Onto the ILS 35 left. I don't like it. Perfect. Sweet. I managed to get around it. It's terrible. 17 right. Elza mashed train. Discontinuity. And then we will hit Denver. Sure, why not? I don't like it. I think we need a SID or a star. Do we really need a SID or a star? I just want to go direct to the runway. Can I just do an arrival straight to the runway? No. Grrr. Remove that. Alright, fine, we'll go with the Boss 2 and a Hagelin transition just to make it happy. Then we'll do the ILS for 3-5 left. This is not where you want to be doing this, by the way. Just sitting here. Okay. Now that we have that programmed in, let's see where the heck we're going. Legs. Oh boy, you have to be at 30,000 feet. Great. Love that. We're going to delete this step. And this one. Where's the end? KDEN, Boss. No. Arrival, we will deselect and deselect. We're gonna just have to hand fly it. As much as I'm not super excited about that, we're gonna hand fly it. So, we're gonna go over to the radio. We're gonna look up the approach for 3-4. Sorry. Was it 3-4? You guys are confusing me. 3-5 left. 3-5 left. We're going to do the ILS. Which means we want to tune for 1. So we're going to tune the navigation 1. Nav 1. To 108.5. That'll be this guy when we get there. So we'll put that in the box, and eventually we're going to go from GPS, change the nav source over to nav 1. So we're as good as it gets. So ground CRJ200 clear, ready for taxi. So they're gonna say we are cleared for taxi via, oh boy, what was it? I don't have the charts up anymore because I had to go to the other ones. We will begin the taxi. And he pushed us off. Not nice. He didn't line us up straight. We're also not going very fast at all right now. Alright, we're gonna taxi via Papa Golf Charlie. So we are currently on Papa. You guys can follow along with the diagram. Super exciting. So follow along with the diagram and I will meet you over at 17 right. So those flashing lights you see up ahead are actually the hold short bars for runway 1735. So if we were to follow that, we would probably get a runway incursion. So we're going to follow this all the way down because it's exciting, I guess. And we'll meet you at the end. We are currently on Charlie, headed all the way to the very end. Alright, so we're not going to go quite all the way. That way we can avoid those flashing lights and a runway incursion onto... what was that? I don't remember. But we're going to turn left over here onto Charlie 1. Come on. Come on around. She's big, she's heavy. It's at this point that we would call Colorado Springs and say we are holding short, runway 17 right. They're gonna say cleared. Yeah, basically cleared for takeoff. We're gonna come over here. It's a little shorter now. I wish we could have the full runway. Should have gone all the way. But oh well. We'll line up on center line. Flaps should have already been down, but we're gonna put them down 2 notches to half. And then we're gonna look out the window and ideally fly. So we're gonna go up to roughly 80% power, watch everything stabilize, let go of the brakes, full throttle, and down the runway we go. Try and keep those temps all good. We had to throttle back just a little bit. Put in a little bit of left crosswind correction. We're watching that gauge on the left of the big square. We are plenty ready to fly. Pull back because we're above rotation speed. We are positive rate gear up. Flaps up. Flaps up. That little red bar that just popped up on the bottom, that is our do not go below the speed. Alright, gear is up. We are making a left-hand turn. Alright, we're going to pull this guy up. We don't want to be on 17 right. We already did that. Crap, it didn't pick up that we hit 17 right. Oh boy, what do I want to do? Do we want to do the VOR? Just fly it manually? I think we should. So we're going to tune into a course of roughly... Don't break the speed limit. So the speed limit below 10,000 feet is 250 knots. While we would make great time, it'd also be a little illegal. Ooh, clouds. Oh boy, clouds. And we also forgot to turn on the takeoff lights. Anyways, we are at 10,000 feet. Alright, we're going to turn on the autopilot. Turn on heading. We're going to let the airplane do a little flying for us. Altitude is armed. Vertical speed is at 2,000 feet per minute. Almost up to our 12,000 feet before we even left the runway. Sweet. Alright. We are going to do a bit more exciting of a trip just using VORs. Or just using the ILS and the VOR. So we are going to land 3-5 left. So I'm going to pull up the procedure. You guys should see it somewhere. Ooh, Colorado Springs is out there. Whoa! Neat lights, guys. That's cool. Alright. So we're going to tune in 117.9. And then we are going to tune our course to 353. And we're going to activate navigation just to see if this will follow it. I'm hoping it will, because I know Denver is in fact off to our left just that little bit. So we're gonna see if it follows it. We broke the speed limit. Dang it! Why don't you say anything? We blew right through that. Alright, no throttle. We're going down. I know, we're not supposed to do that. We're holding altitude and barely slowing down. Also going straight towards the mountains. Not my favorite approach, but we'll be okay. Yep, because mountains are over there. All these little guys are houses. That's a bit creepy. Hi! Didn't notice him, and, well, yeah. Kind of creepy. Any hoozles, we are below the speed limit. Now we can shoot for 250 or so knots. So the approach says that we need to be at 11,000 feet, 19.8 miles out. We are currently 48 miles out. So we will descend to 11,000 feet. And we'll aim for 7,000 at Diamond. But at 19.8 miles out, we will... yeah, we'll be 11,000. So a little before that, we need to slow it down. We will arm the approach. And this is going to take a couple of minutes, so sit back and enjoy the ride, and the magic of time-lapse is my friend. Ooh, clouds. Not helpful. Uh-oh. Let's get the icing stuff on. So we are going to take a little zoom over here. Right in the middle. Look up for the icing. These are terrible quality. Anti-ice. Wing we don't need right now. Cowl we want on. Probes we want on. Windshield's fine. Miscellaneous lights. I don't know if we need those. Anti-ice. Cowls on. Wing we don't need right now. So I say. External lights. We'll turn the logo light on. Passenger signs are good. Miscellaneous lights. The dome light. Let's turn that on. Really? That's all you give me? I can't see! Terrible text. Alright, we're gonna go back to this view. Apparently it's a little windy. Just trying to maintain the VOR. Jeez! We are 32 miles out, and we're increasing speed again. Alright, we're also gonna tune our 31 knots. That's really fast. We're going to tune to 125.5, which I believe is Denver ATIS. We're within 50 miles, so other than the fact that I got it wrong, 125.6. I was so close.
Denver International Information, Quebec.
0305, so we chose the right runway to land on.
Wind 030 at 5.
34 right and 35 left. Perfect.
Sky conditions
2992, seriously?
Broken. Temperature 4, dew point 0. Altimeter 2992.
It is the standard pressure. That's kind of impressive. I've very, very rarely ever seen standard pressure. So, 19.8 miles out. Oh geez, that just dropped a whole lot. We're getting close, so we actually want to go to altitude, pre-select, and I guess we're descending to 11,000. You guys can watch that drop on the top of that guy. Duvart. 11,000. We want to be at 11,000 when we are 18 nautical miles out. We also want to switch over to the other one. More clouds, really? We want to switch to the other one relatively soon. Line our heading with the VOR. Course is set. We are, for the most part, ready to go. So we're going to descend, hopefully, at 200 knots. Runways! Okay. Switch over to the ILS. There you go. I hope she picks that up correctly. Because we're still quite a ways out. We want to land right there. So we're going to aim right in the middle of the airport, just for now. We are now 20 nautical miles, so once we hit... Yeah, we're going to need that 3-degree glide slope. We're going to start our descent now down to 8,000 feet. I'm going to switch over to heading mode. We're going to turn a little bit right. Go away, clouds. And we're going to tune in the VOR. Navigation and approach are armed. We are low in theory. It is currently lining us up with the runway. So this little guy says that we are to the left of the runway. The runway's here. When the runway is lined up, we will line up. But we also have to take into account this other screen. It says that we have a headwind of 8 knots from 010. So we're gonna have to take that into account. But we're going to descend down to 8,000 feet. Hope those clouds go away. Oh boy. That's not gonna help. Like, that's really not gonna help. We also need to increase our vertical speed down to 1,000 because we need to be doing 200 knots. Ooh, we're coming on the approach. So in theory, we'll pick up the approach. So that little pink dot that's coming down, this says that we are currently low and we need to go up to intercept the approach, or to intercept the glide slope, which is a 3-degree glide slope from all the way out here. Wow, that's weird, but neat, but weird. Anyways, that basically means we are perfectly on glide slope, but we're also 15 miles out. So, yeah, not entirely... Well, 3 degrees is not a whole lot at 15, or it is a whole lot at 15,000 feet. What am I saying? 13 nautical miles. I'll figure out what to say eventually. So it thinks that we are nearly at altitude. We're almost down, or we're 1,000 from the desired altitude. It's currently bringing us in. We're going down at 1,200 feet per minute. And hopefully, yep, we are currently on the glide path. So no matter how fast or slow we go, we are pretty well golden. The only problem with this is that we can't really slow down, because I'm at 0 throttle, and we're still doing 200 knots. And the runway is only 10 miles away. Because, well, 0 throttle. Those are all fine. Gears all fine. Flaps are good. Fuel, we didn't use hardly anything. Oh boy, how do I arm the spoilers? Arm! Left and right are armed. So, in theory, we'll touch. It'll deploy spoilers. You're 8 miles out. I'm going to slow down a little early. We're dropping gear. Oh boy. We are 1,600 feet above the ground. I dropped the gear and we're still not just slowing down. Spoilers, please. Really? Spoilers are all the way extended. We're not slowing down. Runway's right there. We're not slowing down. Not good. Alright. Extend flaps 1. Extend flaps 2. 3. And 4. Now we're slowing down. Flaps are full. We're going to keep that throttle to keep us between the red lines. So there was a red line up top that said we were too high or too fast. Red line on the bottom that says we are going too slow. And ideally, We're gonna keep it, we're gonna go for 130 knots, that way we can stall out right above the ground. We're 5 miles out. Ooh, gusty. That's not great, but alright. Disconnecting autopilot. I am now flying. Ooh boy. It's both a good and a bad thing. Ooh, gusting. Stop gusting. We're gonna stall out if we keep gusting.
500.
Stop rocking the boat. You're not supposed to rock the boat.
500.
Too high now. Good job. You blew through everything you were supposed to aim for.
400.
We're supposed to be at like 100 feet over the threshold. Not at whatever we are. Oh boy, don't stall.
300.
I know.
200. 100.
Oof. Not my best jet approach.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh. Nope, not my best approach. Ooh, the auto throttles came out. I didn't put the throttles there. Okay, could you stop that now? Thank you. Alright. Slats and flaps retract. It brought us in way too early. So we're just stopped on the middle of the runway. And I'm going to bring up another airport diagram. Why are you going backwards? Stop it. Go forwards. Seriously? Play nice. Seriously? There we go. Now we have thrust again. Thanks for that. That was super helpful, right? Maybe not. Alright. Flaps and speed brakes are retracting. We're going to pull off on the high speed turn there. Actually, it doesn't really make a difference. We're going to keep going then. We're going to pull off on Mike 6, head over to Alpha Alpha. And these are what's known as a high-speed turn-off. So, we're going to use it. Airports are so pretty at night. They've got so many lights. Oh, the lights. Like, a lot of them. Whee! Hello. Okay. So we are just now exiting. We are going to join Mike and do an immediate left over to Alpha Alpha or Alpha Sierra. Whichever one takes our fancy. Which, those are the lights right there, so we're going to take Alpha Alpha. We're going to go park with the little guys, like they do in real life. Hi, truck. Well, that was exciting. There's a truck. Okay. We're gonna follow this guy. Oh, look, there's already airplanes. Who do we want to park next to? So we can either park on the left over there, or we can park on the right over there. That looks like an open gate. Maybe. Alright, we're gonna look for an open gate. If you guys see one, let me know. It's not an open gate. It's not an open gate either. Are you sure that's not an open gate? It's not an open gate. We're looking for an open gate. Anybody want to give us a gate? Why are there so many gates? I mean, I know Denver's busy and all, but why are there no open ones? There's an open gate. We're gonna sneak in there and steal that next to the big boys. Not where you would normally park, but we're going in here. My gate now. Make sure not to hit the friggin' wingtips. It's a gigantic airplane. We're this little tiny CRJ200. Alright. We're gonna just ease it in. Just easing it in. Cutting the throttle and a little more. Little more. See how we did. No idea. Getting there. Oh boy, that's loud. Jesus screamer. Alright, so we're gonna stop there. Kill the engines, which apparently I can't do from outside. Killing engine 1, killing engine 2. Probably should have set the brake first. Okay. Brake is set. Copilot looks happy and dandy. We are all shut down. Thank you guys for flying with me. That was not my best landing, but it's also one of the rare times I've flown a CRJ200. Yeah, it was exciting. Well, thank you guys for joining me. You'll have to join me on our next flight as well. Didn't like that. Don't know what I didn't like, but I didn't like it. But you guys will have to join me on the next flight, where we are going to be flying something even bigger. I'm in a lot of trouble. But we're going to fly it next time. You'll have to see what it is, see where we're going, and it'll be a lot of fun. So, thank you for joining in, and we will see you in the next episode.